everyone again, and welcome to this week's video. We're at the St.Croix track in race C of this week's daily races. We're giving you a couple in this video. There's 2 races in this one, both 9 laps with the compulsory pit stop. Our strategy was just to stay clean and process the race as we go. We have done the undercut and it seems to have worked in our favour. So obviously this race we started P4 and it was a very tight run. The finish was absolutely epic, so I hope you do watch to the end of this race. Then we're going to follow you up with a second race that we did exceptionally well on as well, and it was close right through. So strap on in, and I hope you enjoy. Once again, please like and subscribe. It does help us continue to grow. Also, comment anything you'd like to see change. Videos are too long, that need editing, or anything like that, let us know. But otherwise, strap yourself in and enjoy. There's some good races in this one, including Kiwi Dad Racer, an AG GDX, very good races. So jump on in and enjoy, and hope there's a great turnout. We're holding a solid third, P3 on the first in. Very clean start on the race hards. So mid-pack, sort of losing a little bit of time in between P3 and gaining a little bit from P4. We had Kiwi Dad right there. were able to gain a bit of time on P2. But he just seemed he didn't really want to play the game. He was pretty blocky. He was pretty blocky throughout the race, so I thought we're not going to battle him on the hards. We'll lose a bit of time, so we'll do an early pit. We were the first pitter for this race, so it did pop us back down in the field. Once again, guys, once we're in the pits, like and subscribe. Let's change some wheels, change some tyres, put some race mediums on, and let's hit them hard. Let's see if we can get 6 laps out of a set of mediums. P11 was there, he kept us open and honest. We had a bit of a battle with him, which is good. Battling with P10, it did cost us a bit of time. We could have probably ended up a bit further up in the field, but battling him, and it also did hurt the tyres a little bit. But it was a good battle. Like, it was a good clean battle. Swap positions backwards and forwards all throughout. So that gave us a couple of positions. Actually started getting a gap on him, which is good. I'm starting to chase down P7. Just didn't have quite enough just to keep up with us, I think, at this point in time. everyone, if you want to join in on the races, our PlayStation server network and Xbox usernames is VXSL67. Once again, we are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, obviously YouTube, Twitch. So we're out there, we're around. You can get us on multiple different platforms. Pressure, feeling the pressure from 8 there for a second, and trying to catch 6. Probably overdrove myself a little bit, so needed to regroup. This battling was hurting the tyre performance. We still had 4 laps to go with these tyres, and you know they're 3 laps old already. Gave P7 a bit of a love tap there coming on the exit of that corner, as he did knock us around a bit. So smooth through there. We got that section fairly well now. A bit wide on the exit of this one. Lost a bit of time that, but the two were battling pretty hard behind us. 10 and 11 were battling, as you'll see. You know, Roy back there always trying. Protecting our line there. I knew Roy was going to try to get a pass on us. You see those two, P10 and 11, were battling all the way through, which is good. It slowed them down and gave me a bit of a break from them. So our goal was a catch AG and Envious Reaper. That's the next one we're aiming for. So 8 and 7. it starts really starting to liven up. So 7 and 9, where the moves start coming in, we're a little bit wide, a bit of a slip. Put Roy back onto us, which didn't help. But as I was about to say, this is where the last 2 laps is when it really started to liven up. Moves are starting to get taken, and people are starting to make little mistakes. As you see, we caught 7 fairly quickly, even with our slip up. 6 and 7, so they're battling. Definitely allowed us to catch up. So Roy got past us only because of a bit of an error. Stuck out a bit wide there, lost a bit of pace, which put us right into the game. So we got him on the inside just about. Ironed him off. Just allowed a better run out of that there. So another one pitted, which bumped us up the list. So 3-way battle between 6, 7 and 8 here, which I was able to capitalise as I was in the line on the spot, so we jumped 2 positions there, which is good. So now we're wheeling in back on the attack for AG and Gomez. You can see Gomez and AG up there, GDX. But because they were battling, we were able to really keep up with them. So we had basically a lap and a half to execute a move. So all we needed them to do was battle. It's all we needed. We had tired tyres, they were fairly worn, so we were right on the limit of the tyres. Hitting every point, hitting every breaker marker, keeping things tight and tidy. Just trying to keep Roy away from us. I had a bee in my bonnet with Gomez because he buggered my last run and knocked me back with those guys, so my goal was to catch him. I just wanted to get past him. And I had a lap to do it, so I was on maximum attack. getting on them. Is it maximum attack? I didn't really want to do that. I felt pretty bad, but I wanted that position and we got it. So we got a P4. Unfortunately, poor AG was collateral damage, but our goal was to get past Gomez. So this is our second race of the evening for everyone. So another 9-lapper St.Croix. C start P2. This was another wild race with a really good result. So strap yourself in and have some fun. Strategies. I started in race hards. I feel like a couple of them started in race mediums, which gave them a bit more pace through the early stages of the race, but it meant they had to finish on the race hards towards the end. So purple for the fastest section, which is not too bad. And he left. So he's dropped that internet connection there, I'd say. So he's definitely on the pace. So we had Rooted in P1, Jacko P2, myself in P3, Blade, and Blade P4 so far. So we're in the pits again, guys. So once again, so we're slipping on some race mediums. It knocks us down at least back to P9, but it is a good undercut. We do tend to make up a lot of ground, and we can get a good rhythm for the rest of the race with very little disruptions. See the top three haven't changed. Obviously we've still got Rooted in P1, Jacko P2, Blade P3, obviously us down in P9. So Rooted with the fastest lap, so which I think he was running a race mediums. He was putting in his good lap times, so I reckon he was on the mediums for the majority of this race. And he's obviously gone for two. He elected to swap to race hards towards the tail end. Solid P9, which isn't too bad. Blade's just pitted. He was on race hard, so he'll be swapping over to the mediums. We've got P8 pittering as well. He actually was on the mediums and he's flicking over the hards. Lap 3, which is obviously 7 and 8 just pitted as well. They were on the race hards, so they're flicking over the mediums. So obviously this leapfrogging has worked. We've got P5 with half a second penalty in front of us, which allows us to catch up. So So once again, it's just matching our laps, matching our laps. Our goal is just continually put in some quality laps. Keep them clean, keep them tidy, choose our apexes, choose our braking zones, and we just wheel them in. Just wheel them in. As you can see, the quality lines I'm running straight across the track. Chasing down P4 now, we're in P5, chasing down P4. So we got past him, got past them. So we're still on our race meter until the tyres are wearing grouse. So we've got a couple of laps into them and got very little wear, so we're driving smooth and clean. That's the goal. So we're just chasing him down. Got past P3, just got past Ricky Bobby, but we've just sneaking past Ricky as well. Just giving him some space, just trying to keep the space free. Keep our line covered as we want this corner. Let him through. There's no need to push him off the track. It opened the gap a little, but I knew he hadn't pitted. I knew Ricky hadn't pitted. I knew the top four hadn't pitted, so I didn't need to push him. I didn't really need to do any damage to him. I just needed them to run the race. We just sit back and just keep it going. We didn't need to do any damage to him. There's no point. To race position, I was already in the lead position theoretically. If you looked at the top four, they hadn't pitted. So obviously, as I said, there's two more just pitted, so Ricky Bob just pitted and Jacko just pitted. So this put us in P3. So we only had the two in front, and as the two hadn't pitted in front of us. So at this stage we were in the lead. So it's just keeping our race clean, keeping our nose clean, and just keep moving forward. So we're consistently putting fast sectors in, so we're just going to keep it going. So we're still at 4 laps of this race, so anything can happen. Catching P2, he was on the race hard, so I thought he was on the race hard, so I'm not too sure what he was actually on. We were catching him via the lap times. So we get around him. Space there. Plenty of space. So we were P2 and routed it just pitted as well. So this put us in a really good position. This gave us P2. P3 just pitted, so we were in a real awesome position. But I had a gut feeling when Rooted pitted, I think he selected the wrong tyres, because he actually, he was still very quick. So I'm not too sure what his strategy was. way in front of us. We had a nice open track to ourselves. All we had to do was just run our quali laps. Just run our quali laps. The tyres are still running well. You can see him at the end of the bridge, as you can see in the distance. Using every inch of the track, running these tyres really well. As we can see rooted in front of us, we were wheeling him in slowly. We still had 2 laps, 3 laps to clear him, to catch him. To maintain our lines, maintain our braking zones. The car was planted, it was doing well. You see we're almost a third of the track in front of the rest of the pack, so we had an awesome gap. We had no issues of anyone behind us, so it was just basically qualifying. But we were just wheeling rooted in, just wheeling him in slowly. Tyres are starting hurting now. We had 2 laps to go. That's all we needed to do. Just make them last 2 laps, and we will catch and rooted. Look, he's just basically onto the straight now as we enter it. So we're just slowly getting to him. We're opening the gap on the rest of the field. The rest of the field were well and truly left behind. So 2:25, 1:09, 1:50 is our fastest lap so far. So his fastest lap and my fastest lap is, not much in it. Not much in it at all. And it's whether he can maintain those laps. So we're maintaining it, 2:26s, 2:25s. So So we're maintaining a fairly consistent lap time. And as I said, everyone, if you are liking these videos, please let me know. Also, as I said, definitely subscribe. You know, follow us on all the platforms. Let me know the shows is like what I'm doing. Any recommendations, don't hesitate, drop a comment. I'm happy for criticisms and I'm happy to take them all on board. So he actually pitted again, which I was a bit shocked. I didn't expect him to pit, but he gave us P1. So I don't know why. I don't know whether he accidentally put mediums on instead of hards, so he thought he'd try to run the rest of the race, because he did exit the pits on hards. But that gave us first position and gave us a fairly dominant first position. We are clearly in front of the rest of the pack, including P2. So all we need to do is just manage this lap, and we're all done. And still producing fast sectors. As we come on to this last straight, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching again. That's our 2 races completed this week with Race C, St.Croix, as some people have called it. I hope you have all enjoyed, and we will see you on the next video. And I'd like to thank you for watching and enjoying. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.